Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're gonna play Phasmophobia, but this is going to be a more like an educational video, a tutorial if you want to call it. And this is basically, you bought the game, you have the game, and you don't really know how to play it, or you're too terrified, too afraid to go and play by yourself, or you are playing with your friends but you're dying and you don't really understand why. Sometimes the game can be a little bit confusing, and so today I'd like to give you sort of a tutorial. And first, what things should you be paying attention to? How do you know when you're safe? How should you be worried about your sanity? And basically, when do you know that you can just go and do your thing, explore the building, the house, get your evidence, and when you should start to worry? How can you play it safe? And what types of risks you might take. So this is going to be more like a tutorial video, not exactly crazy investigation. So yeah, let's just stop talking and let's just play the game. So I'm going to be using all the level 1 items because I think, especially when you're low level, this is like what you're gonna be getting. And first things first, difficult. Personally, I never liked to play amateur or intermediate. The difference, besides the reward multiplier, right, and all the things listed here, basically, in professional, you don't have a setup time. It means the moment you enter the house, you unlock the door, you enter the house, the ghost can start doing all its abilities. Your sanity will start to drain. If it is a demon, it will instantly hunt you. You might say it's a little bit more risky, but I think it's the best experience, because if you start playing Nightmare or Insanity, this is for people that know quite a lot about the game. Like, I'm not saying I'm a professional, but even for me, playing Nightmare can be sometimes still too much. And I don't even play Insanity because I know I'm not really ready for this. But I think professional is a very, very nice difficulty to play. I think it's like the ideal difficulty to play the game, because you get all 3 evidences. And as soon as you step into the house, the activity will start. You don't have to wait, okay? So I will recommend you to start playing professional. You might die, but you will realize that this is one of the best difficulties to play. And amateur and intermediate, I mean, I don't know, it takes way too long for things to start happening. And if you're a little bit impatient like I am, then I should recommend you go and play professional. If you're starting to play the game, I will recommend you start with the houses, because the houses give you like the more, like a more polished experience and a more enjoyable one, right? If you go play alone, especially in big maps like high school or Sunny Meadows or prison, you will find yourself quite lost at the beginning, and it might not be as fun. It might be way too terrifying as well. If you're playing with friends, I'll say just go ahead and play whatever you want. But if you're playing solo, alone, like I usually do, I'll recommend you start by the houses, okay? The houses will let you get comfortable with the game, learn the basic mechanics, get a feel of the game, okay? So tonight we're going to Tanglewood Drive, which is like the easiest. So let's go. Okay, so you start in the game, you will get these items. Not all of them. Here there are some that you will unlock later. We're not going to be focusing on secondary objectives. That's really not the point of this. Get familiar with your equipment. So first, when you're playing professional, you are still getting all the boards. When you play Nightmare and so on, this will be broken. One of the most important ones, your sanity. If you're playing solo, this is representing your sanity. If you're playing with a team, it will show the average team sanity, and hunts will happen based on the average team sanity. I guess with a few exceptions maybe, but you know, it's going to be the average always. The higher your sanity, the lower the chances of getting a hunt. Depending on some ghosts might not even be able to hunt you if your sanity is high. There are some ghosts called early hunters, for example, the demon, that require your sanity to be at 70% or below so that they can hunt you. So your range is like from 70% to 100, you're safe, but not even that safe, because the demon has a hitting ability that it can hunt at any sanity. So that's, let's say the demon is like a very dangerous ghost. And then you have other ghosts like the Shade that can only hunt when your sanity is below 35%. So each time you play, each ghost is going to give you a different feeling. And the general rule is the higher the sanity, the more safe you are. The lower the sanity, the more concerned you're going to be. As well, when your sanity starts to drain, the ghost will be more active and you will get much more interactions with the ghost. So that's also good. You don't want your sanity to be always at 100% because, well, probably not much is going to happen. And you need the ghost to do stuff for you to figure it out, right? Then we got the map. Useful thing to check here, where's the breaker, okay? When you play professional, the breaker will always start turned off. So in this case, the breaker is at the garage. So this is the main entrance. This is the laundry room. This is the garage. Maybe we can check the basement. Good to know the layout of the house where the breaker is. We got the sound sensors things that I'm not going to talk about. Not really that important in small maps. And the total activity. This is for you to check when the ghost started doing stuff. Maybe you start walking into the house, but you're not listening to anything, and all of a sudden you check here, and oh, there's some activity. It means you are not checking where the ghost is, and you should start looking for objects that are like have been thrown or are in a different place, like a fork on the floor, you know, like a cup on the floor, a painting that has fallen, things like that. Those are signs of ghost activity. And then you always get your beautiful CCTV, but, well, at the beginning, you don't have cameras inside the house, so it won't work. Don't forget to bring your key. Super important. And then with the items, I will recommend you starting with the EMF, which is this beautiful thing. And the thermometer, especially level 1, is quite good. Okay, and I will say bring the camera just if you find bones and stuff. That's always good to have in case, you know, your money. But I'm going to actually leave the thermometer here because I'm going to bring the flashlight, which is this beautiful thing here. It's not that good. I can barely notice a difference. And then when you start playing the game, it's obviously you're going to be scared of the game, right? Like, I remember the first time I played this game, just standing in front of the front door, I was already terrified. Like, knowing that there's a ghost inside that's going to, you know, try to scare me and kill me, it's terrifying. But you gotta keep this mindset that Phasmophobia, for me at least, is not a pure horror game. It's a puzzle game with some jump scares or something like that. You know, it's a horror puzzle game. And the puzzle is figure out the ghost, right? So you're playing professional, okay? I will recommend you start learning where the items, the cursed possessions are in the house. You heard that door? That's where the ghost is. So I know the music box spawns here. Start looking for places to hide. Be paying attention, okay? Okay, that's a very active ghost. Don't forget what's going on around you, okay? Always remember where and how things are happening, okay? When a ghost starts doing stuff like this, I will recommend you go turn on the breaker, okay? It broke this lamp, so we're going to be in trouble here. But at least we now know. Let me go outside. We now know where the ghost is, okay? Important thing. Always leave the front door open. If the front door closes and you hear a click sound, it means that the ghost is hunting and you should go and hide or run away. If not, I know it's difficult, but don't be afraid. It's just a ghost event and it won't really harm you. Okay? Main thing to be aware is remember your sanity. Okay? Your sanity is like your shield. As long as it's high enough, nothing bad's going to happen. So first things first, I will say identify the ghost room as quickly as possible because time is valuable here. Okay? In my case, I will say the ghost is in the cellar and I'll start bringing stuff in. Okay? If we want to complete a little bit more the game, we can also go and look for the bone, look for the cursed possession. All of those are more for money. And well, the cursed possession can be useful, but if you're beginning to play, I will recommend you to stay a little bit away from cursed possessions, because they are a two-edged sword. They can be awesome at helping you get evidence quickly, but most of them will get you killed if you don't use them properly, okay? So in short, like in summary, ghost possessions will consume your sanity in exchange of something. Some of them, like the tarot cards, are random. Others, like the Ouija board, are based on questions. The mirror is super useful. It will tell you, it will show you the ghost room, etc, etc, etc. For now, stay away from them if you're not feeling comfortable. The basics of the game, like today, I'm not going to be showing you that, maybe in another video. So we turned on the breaker. First thing we noticed, it did some activity there. So let's start bringing stuff in. Okay. Remember, you are looking for 3 evidences, and that's what you have to be paying attention. So nothing there. I'm going to drop the camera and I'm just going to start bringing stuff. I usually keep the flashlight with me. Also, in this update, you can take the lighter or the matches, and they are like a free item. They won't consume an item slot. If you're starting to play, I will recommend you to put the thermometer in there as fast as you can in the book. Also dots, but thermo, writing and dots, those are the most difficult. Well, not the most difficult, the ones that take longer to happen. Regarding the temperature, it takes a while for the temperature to settle, which you can really tell where the ghost room is once the temperature starts dropping, sorry. And it's going up here, and it's starting to go down here, but it's going back up again. Okay, you saw my breath. Don't get confused. Cold breath doesn't mean that it is freezing temps. Okay, that's a huge mistake. In the past, I'm talking last year, or you know, you heard that? Where was that? You heard it, right? What the hell was that? Okay, it's here. Well, I was saying, in the past, your cold breath was an evidence. Like, it was freezing temps. Only freezing temps could give you a cold breath. Now, that's not really the case anymore. When you see cold breath, it just means that the room is colder than the rest, but it doesn't. It has to be below 0 for it to count as freezing temps. So we know we are close, but we don't know for sure if that's the ghost room. Okay. So try to be checking constantly where the room is, because ghosts can move from one room to another. Picture the ghost as another player that's actually moving around the house, but it's invisible, okay? And it might roam between rooms. So don't get always too confident about the ghost being in a single place. I think it threw the book. So when you put the book, there are 2 things that the ghost can do. It can either pick up the pen and start writing if it decides to interact with the book, or it can throw it away. So if you put the book and then you don't touch it, and then you find it closed, it means that the ghost doesn't have ghost writing as an evidence. Okay? Sometimes you're not directly finding evidences, but you can rule out evidences, right? So in my case, I know that I put the book before, and now I see it closed. Somewhere else, easy. It's not ghost writing. So you already are eliminating several types of ghosts, which is always awesome. And now I'm looking for ghost orbs. But I'm still not very sure where the ghost is. Let me keep checking temps. You see temp is going... Okay, look at that book. That book is super out of place. Sophocles. Okay. I guess, yeah, this ghost is playing tricks with us. It's actually not here. It's here. It's in the living room. As you begin to play more and more, you will begin to identify the different rooms. The houses are divided by rooms, okay? And so... Oh, I put it very bad there. Oh. I'm going to check my sanity in a moment. So the houses are divided by rooms, okay? You will learn that's the bathroom, that's the foyer, the main bedroom, the kids' bedroom, etc. And usually, oh, I didn't turn off the lights, but you can see the orbs. That's an orb. Okay. Usually turn off the lights when you're looking for orbs. And so you have to try to identify in which room the ghost is. In this case, the ghost is doing some activity far away, but it's cold in the living room. So that's where the ghost is. It doesn't matter if it's doing stuff somewhere else, although it might be important for some ghosts, but for now. And if you see my sanity, I'm at 80. So up until now, I do feel like I can be there without being into much trouble. Besides, the lights are mostly turned on, which means I am safe. I feel safe. And I can continue just exploring the house, listening to the ghost, bringing in more evidence items. So that's what I'm going to do. You see? Let's see. I'm going to start with this in a moment. So it is cold, but it's not 0. You see? I see my cold breath, but the thermometer is telling me, hey, this is not 0. Okay, don't fall for that because it happens quite a lot. So I'm going to turn off the lights for this. So the spirit box only works when all the lights in the room are turned off. And let's see. Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? You know it's picking up your mic when the orange light turns on. Where are you? Okay, it threw a book at me. Where are you? So it's here. Are you here? Where are you? Are you French? It's not. Where are you? Are you here? How old are you? Are you here? Okay, that's... Okay, you saw the light. It's clear evidence it's here. Let me go check for the EMF. If I find it here. So that's clear ghost activity. And this is 3 though. This is not what we're looking for. Something else that's very important. You see, I'm trying to use a spirit box. Sometimes you see the orange light. That's the ghost dots, by the way. You see the orange light turning on, but I'm not getting a response from the ghost. Don't rule out spirit box, okay? Especially when you're using the level 1. Spirit box works based on a radius. So you're standing somewhere and it has a, I think, 1 meter or 1.5 meter radius. And if the ghost is exactly there when you are asking your question, it might have a chance to give you a spirit box response. But it's not always going to work. So don't rule out spirit box if you're trying a few times and it doesn't work. We are directly seeing ghost dots, like it happened already twice. So that's good. We got dots. So we can have any of these or ghosts. So again, I can't say it's not spirit box, but once I am down to a few ghosts, what I like to do is the following. I just like to say, well, what happens if it's a spirit box? It will be a Jokai. What happens if it's EMF? It will be a Raiju. Ultraviolet, a Banshee. And freezing temps, a Ure. So this will tell me, okay, all 4 evidences are still possible. So let me go check my sanity because I've been there for a while. I am at 69%. So if it's any of these codes, you'll learn by by playing, but you start learning their special abilities. If you go and check the ghost, for example, the Banshee, this paragraph, as beautiful as it is, it's what we call sugar text. It's not really telling you anything. Now, the strength, Banshee will weaken their target before striking, is a hitting ability, and then Banshees can sometimes be heard screaming with a parabolic microphone. Exactly, if you pick up the parabolic microphone, it will you will start listening to ghost, but the Banshee has a special sound effect. And so every single ghost has like its own abilities, but some of them are like called hidden because they're not exactly what the book says, okay? But that's something you will learn with time. But what you can just keep trying is keep looking for evidences. So I'm going to place a crucifix there. And if it attempts to hunt, the crucifix will just burn itself, right? But this will protect me. So I'm going to turn this off. I think you gotta use the controller to turn it off. And I'm going to put some salt because I want to check for ultraviolet. You see, the temp is close to 0, but it's not 0. And I'm going to test this to test... okay, you see? It's ultraviolet. So we are up against the Banshee, okay? In the past, you could get footsteps, and that was not an evidence. So nowadays, when you put salt, and the ghost steps on the salt, it might or not leave UV footsteps. If it does, then ultraviolet is an evidence. If it doesn't, ultraviolet is not an evidence, okay? That will be another way to rule out ultraviolet. And there is one ghost that will never ever disturb the salt, and that's the wraith. So these are like tricks that you start to learn that will help you rule out ghosts. For now, I already found my 3 evidences, okay? And as you see, I am playing it very safe. I am quite relaxed. Even the ghosts try to scare me at the beginning, but I'm playing in such a way that I know that I'm not really putting myself into danger, okay? And this is, I think, a great way to just get familiar with the game, because if you start playing with the curse possessions, if you start going to huge maps, you'll probably have fun, but you will realize that, hey, the ghost is attacking me a lot, I'm dying a lot. Why is the game turning into such, like, it's been very violent, okay? And the way I play is more like, okay, I'm going to focus on the puzzle, figuring out the ghost, and I'm not going to take too much risk. And this is, I think, a great way to learn the game. Remember that you can always come here. When you put the camera, you can go back to the truck to have a second look. When you get a tripod, you can position the camera somewhere better. Ghost orbs can be tricky to find, but let's say what happens when you don't see the ghost orb anymore, like in my case, I don't see the orb anymore. It could mean that the ghost moved to another room. So now that you know that the orb is an evidence, you can start like going through the house with your camera and looking for that orb, because you already know it's an evidence and you should find it in the ghost room. So in my case, I think the ghost probably roamed somewhere else. With dots, level 1 dots laser is not the best, and it really improves. Okay, there it is. You can see the dot, the ghost orb. There it is back again. Regarding, again, dots, spirit box, ghost orbs, I wouldn't recommend you ruling them out in the evidence book, because as far as I know, there's not a way to say, okay, it's not spirit box, okay, it's not dots. That's not possible. Same with EMF 5. If you keep getting activity, you bring the EMF detector, detector closer and it's not giving you a 5, it doesn't mean it's not a 5. It doesn't mean that it's not going to give you an EMF5 at some point. So, but you can rule out ultraviolet by using the salt, or by taking a look at the doors. If you take a look at the doors and you know that the ghost is touching them, and you try many times and you don't get ultraviolet, probably it's not ultraviolet. A ghost writing, if the ghost suddenly interacts with the book but it just throws it away and it's not written, then it's ghost writing. And that's it. Freezing temps can also take sometimes way too long. It can take way too long for the temp to go below 0, so don't rule it out as well. And now you're left with all these items. Maybe I can explain them to you real quick. This is a sound detector, a sound sensor. If you place it inside a house, it will start, this screen will start working. It will tell you in which room I can go place it. This is a motion detector. So how it's my, well, we can explain the sanity medication. Of course, you drink it and your sanity will slowly start going up. Be careful. Drink one by one. Otherwise, the game will just let you drink as many as you wish until you get to 100. But the thing is, drink one, wait for it to, slowly refill your sanity. When you see that the sanity is not going up anymore, like in this case, drink the next one. Otherwise, the game will just allow you to drink. If you have 4, you'll be able to drink the 4 of them. So now that my sanity is at 97, there's almost no way that this ghost will haunt me or do anything. So I'm going to put this here. This is a sound sensor. You can see, for example, something important. Let's say that this is the first time you go into the living room and you see this book thrown in the floor. You see this cup here. This is ghost activity. Like the remote on the floor, this is ghost activity. Things usually, you look at the paintings, they were once up there, now they're on behind the couch, almost on the floor. Those are all signs of ghost activity, okay? Doors in the game can either be like fully opened, fully closed, semi-open, semi-closed. That doesn't really mean that the ghost pushed the door or closed the door. Not anymore, at least. But if we go into the kitchen, you can see that all the objects are in places that make sense, right? The cups are above the tables, the forks above the plates. Everything is kinda in a place where people will normally leave stuff, right? The cups here, the paintings on the wall. But when you start looking at a TV that's turned on, for example, stuff on the floor, there you go. It means that you are close to your ghost, okay? That's a very good way to find where the ghost is. Sometimes, like you see this door, it doesn't really mean that the ghost touched it. So that's not a good like evidence. Like look at this. They could randomly spawn like that. So careful with that. But yeah, pay attention for the items. Pay attention to the items. So that's a sound sensor that's going to start picking up noises, and we can place this here. So once the ghost or a player goes through the laser, it will blink and you will get a signal at the truck. So let's go back to the truck. So you see that now this is living room, okay? You can mute it so it will stop working. Okay, and it will show you like the radius area in which it's applying, like how much it is covering. You can increase the range. You have 2 ranges. You heard that. That means, and the line went from red to green. It means that the ghost, or a player in this case, the ghost walked in front of it. Careful, the sound sensor will pick up all the ambient noises. That's the motion sensor again. It means the ghost is walking there. And yeah, the sound sensor will pick up all the noises, like the cracking, the cracking noises from the wood. If you leave something turned on, it will pick it up. It's useful in bigger maps when you can just go and leave the sound sensor somewhere else and cover a huge radius, so that you might have an idea where some activity is going on. In small houses, like you can just listen to where stuff is going on. Motion sensors, they are always very useful when you want to know if the ghost is moving between two rooms or somewhere, or if the ghost is walking around, maybe doing nothing, just walking around. That's good. You hear that? I think it turned on the TV again. It did, okay? So that's a cool way. I mean, it's just cool. It's not that useful. The total activity chart, again, stuff going on even when you're not inside the house. So let's say you don't know where the ghost is, and then you see that there's some activity going on, so you can go look for falling objects, things that have been like pushed or thrown away. That's a good way to know where the ghost is. Then the head camera, when you're playing alone, it doesn't really do anything. I think I have to turn it on somehow now. There it is. Be careful, because I think this thing can now kill you when you're playing alone. So you keep the T key press, and it will make that sound and just turn off. I think that was the ghost touching the camera. Okay, that was weird. Okay, you see the dots. It's just a ghost doing its thing. So yeah, careful with the camera, the headgear. It can get you killed if you leave it turned on. And if you're playing solo, the level 1 tier head camera won't help at all. The parabolic mic, this will actually be super helpful. We'll see if we can get the Banshee scream. All the sounds are amplified, and the orange red indicator blinks to let you know that it picked up the sound. All the other sounds will be muffled, so you won't hear too well. There's a secondary objective that consists of picking up a ghost noise from here, but you will pick all the environmental noises as well. All the ghosts will basically have a chance to interact with the parabolic mic, so you will hear a voice, but the Banshee will sing into the mic, so that's the different special noise. So if you're using the parabolic mic and all of a sudden you hear the noise, I hope we'll get it. It doesn't mean it's a Banshee, okay? Again, if you're not getting it, it doesn't mean that it's not a Banshee. That was a throw, okay? So be careful when ruling out ghosts or evidences. The absence of evidence doesn't mean it's not an actual evidence, okay? Of course, when you start playing more based on ghost behavior, you can rule out, but again, you need some kind of evidence. So we know it's there. Again, the front door is open, it's just a manifestation. Okay, it's not going to hurt you. You will lose some sanity, but it's not going to kill you. Okay? Again, take it easy. Okay? There's also a crucifix there. And our sanity is high, so... Well... Bye? Bye. Okay, so it didn't happen. I don't know if it's because it's a tier 1 parabolic mic and it just has a lower chance. So yeah, we lost a chunk of sanity there. The last items are the candle. Candles can be useful. I think they reduce the sanity drain. As you can see here, get a ghost to blow out a firelight. It's a secondary objective. You get a little bit more money. And then the other one, so to use this, you have to have you must have the lighter or the matches in your inventory. You equip the firelight and then you press right click and it will turn it on. This will reduce the sanity drain, but it's not going to make it stop. So you will still lose sanity, but at a lower rate, okay? And then the Smudge Stick. The Smudge Stick is probably one of the best, if not the most useful item in the game. The Smudge Stick, it's your savior, it's your best friend. Basically, it's your only weapon once the ghost is hunting. The only thing that will protect you behind hiding, besides hiding, of course. The Smudge Sticks have two functions. The first one, if the ghost is not hunting and you use the smudge, in a specific radius, it will prevent a hunt for a set period of time. I think it's 60 seconds, or I think it's 90 seconds or something like that. And if it's a spirit, it will be like 180 seconds, and it will make the ghost more active. And if the ghost starts hunting and you equip the smudge stick, it will blind the ghost for a couple of seconds, allowing you to escape. And once the ghost and the hunt ends, it will increase the grace period by blocking and preventing hunts. So be careful. Again, you must have your matches equipped as secondary, and when the ghost shows up, you press right click. So let's see if I can use it. Let me see if where we can hide. So we can go and hide here. So let's see if we can use it. I only have one. So the ghost is there. Okay. So it will hunt any second now. Again, the hunt happens when the door shuts and you hear the click of the lock. Okay. You can't leave the house until the hunt ends. Okay. How to know when the hunt is over? Basically, all the lights will turn off. Okay. During the hunt, all the lights will blink, but once the hunt is over, all the lights will turn off, and you'll have a grace period before the next hunt starts. So you might just get out of the house. So I'm scared, by the way. Be careful, please. Ghosts can teleport to your location and start the hunt from here. If you don't really want to get hunted, bring sanity medication. Be aware of that's a ghost effect that drains your sanity, okay? And that means the ghost teleported here. So it's gonna hunt any moment now. What else? Remember to turn off all your electrical equipment and to shut up, basically. I don't recommend you playing. It's here. I don't recommend you playing with an open microphone, okay? That will get you killed, especially if you have like a fan in your room, if the dogs are barking, if there's someone with a car outside and it's making noise. Because ghosts are actively listening to your microphone. And so if you leave your mic, okay, turn off this light. And so if you leave your microphone open, all these ambient noises will be picked up and the ghost will know where you are. Okay? And once you make a sound, the ghost will go check that spot and there's no going back. You will die. Okay? When the ghost hunt is going to start, depending on the difficulty, there's going to be a grace period in which you'll hear the door close, shut, the lock going on, and then you'll start hearing ghost noises. And the ghost you will have, depending on the difficulty, you will get like 2, 3, 4, or 0, 1 or 0 seconds until the ghost actually shows up and starts trying to kill you, looking for you. Okay. So that's when as soon as the ghost hunt starts, run towards your hiding spot and turn off all your equipment. Don't forget to turn off your flashlight, because that's something that can get you killed. And shut up. Don't talk during hunts. Change your game to push to talk. Okay, that's gonna keep you alive. If you're playing with other people, with your friends, and you're looking for a hiding spot, try to it's here. Try to identify hiding spots before hunts, and when you go hiding with someone, don't try to whisper. Because that ghost will listen to you and it will get that will get you killed. Okay, both of you. If a ghost kills someone during a hunt, it will extend the duration of the hunt. So yeah. Well, Okay, it's hunting. It's coming. Okay, and that's it. Oh my god, it took way too long. So sorry, I was just speaking because I was running out of ideas. So to recap, um, sometimes you might or may not listen to the door closing. It is always safe if you don't hear the door and you are not sure. Just run away, okay? In my case, the ghost was running in front of me. The ghost is going to be blinking, so it's going to be difficult to see, but always listen to the footsteps. When it's close to you, activate your smudge stick. Don't drop it. Keep it in your hand, okay? Go to your hiding spot and close the doors, okay? You see that the ghost starts trying to interact with objects. It throws stuff around. It opens the doors. Always try to keep them closed. And I dropped this much just at the end. I was quiet, but I was not really in danger because I have my audio set to push to talk. All my equipment was turned off, and so the ghost was kind of blinded for a few seconds, allowing me just to escape. And as long as I remain quiet, the ghost is not going to enter into my hiding spot. Okay, and yeah. Something important. The next hunt, the ghost will go directly to this room. They kind of check places where they've seen you before, okay? There are ways to... I was talking about curse hunts. If you break the Ouija board, if you break the mirror, those hunts will be they will last way longer, and they are way more dangerous, okay? In my case, this was a normal hunt. They don't last very long. And yeah, there are other techniques, like for example, looping a ghost. I have a video on that if you want to check it out. I think I can link things here, in which I tried, or I actually looped a ghost. Looping a ghost basically is running around, like in circles with a ghost behind you. Something important. There are some ghosts that when they look at you, for example, the Revenant, when they are not looking at you, they are super slow. The moment they look at you, they become super fast, okay? Others, like the Diogen, they are super fast when they are not looking at you, but they become super slow when they look at you, okay? When they can actually see you. So there are some ghosts that during hunts can actually give themselves because, well, you know the ability and it's changing. So in general, ghosts, when they start looking at a player, they will start being faster, becoming faster and faster and faster and faster. Looping takes quite some skill because the ghost is going to become faster every second, and you have to know how to keep that distance between you and the ghost. So I don't recommend it for starters. For starters, avoid getting your sanity this low. Like, look at this. This is 9%. It means the moment I put a step into that house, probably it's going to hunt and it's probably going to kill me because I don't have any smudges left. So try to avoid these scenarios when you're playing with friends. Always, make sure everyone's sanity is high. And if everyone's sanity is getting low and you're still haven't completed your secondary objectives or your photos, or you haven't figured out the ghost, then play it safe, okay? Be close, know where your hiding spots are, have as much at hand, and yeah. Okay, so I think overall I explained what I wanted to explain to you. If you're new to the game, don't play it too risky. If you don't want to play it too risky, of course, it depends on you. I leveled up, good. The level 1 items, tier 1 items, I know they're not that good. Believe me, they will improve quite a lot. And then you will start using tier 2 and tier 3 items, which will make the game super enjoyable and a little bit easier. I will recommend you start playing on professional because it's like the standard good experience. nightmare and insanity are on a whole other level. You really need to know the H ghost hitting ability, and that's something that you'll learn with time. But professional is a good difficulty because it will allow you to just play the game as it's intended to. You'll find all the evidences, and you can still get the secondary objectives and everything. You can get perfect investigations in a consistent way, right? And so yeah, if you're new to the game, I hope this video helps you at least to have a clearer idea of what kind of things you're going to be facing, what things you should be focusing on, when you should be scared, when you shouldn't be scared. Pay attention to your sanity, and if you're going up, if a hunt is going to happen, be prepared for a hunt, and what to do during a hunt, okay? Although I am not the best at keeping myself chill and just calm during hunts, I try to do my best, and I think I showed that in this hunt. Like, I was calm, I did what I have to do, and so yeah, I hope this video was useful to you, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.